right, good morning. This is CR 2025-006-831, State versus Laura Michelle Owens. Time set for a comprehensive pretrial conference. Can I get appearances, please?
Good morning. I'm Catherine Fu on behalf of Ed Leiter for the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sandra Schutz with Cold Root Law Offices on behalf of Laura Owens. She is out of custody and present, standing to my left.
All right, thank you. Ms. Owens, can I get your name and date of birth, please?
Laura Owens, 5/14/1990.
All right, thank you. We're here for a comprehensive pretrial conference. I did get the pretrial conference statement. Thank you for that. Indicates disclosures ongoing.
All right, so here's where things split up a little bit. Some of you are really into this case. Some of you don't know this case. This woman claimed that she was pregnant with twins, and said this guy, Mr. Eckert, was the father. She was never pregnant, as far as anyone can tell. She drug him through hell, and now here she is. She's been charged with I don't know, all sorts of things like fabricating evidence and basically lying to the court about this situation. There are multiple charges. I don't have them handy, but that's what we're here for. So she's got an attorney right there, and she shows up. This is like the second status conference. I had the first one on there. I got this from Andrea Rosica. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. But for those of you who know about the Tonsil twins situation, here's what's going on. And for those of you who don't, there's a little recap.
Nothing you need my involvement in as of yet?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like no plea offer has been extended. I did get a motion to designate the case complex in reviewing the pretrial conference statement. Looks like got up to 7 experts, out-of-state witnesses, maybe as many as 30 witnesses. State concurs, is that correct?
Yes.
Experts and 30 witnesses for this? Come on. I mean, she's so busted. They have so much stuff on her. For all the world, it looks like she wore a fake baby bump to court. She doesn't have anything. She's fabricating pregnancy test results. It appeared. I mean, it just looks really, really bad. And the prosecution is aware of this stuff. I'm shocked she got prosecuted, not because she doesn't deserve it, but because that rarely happens. But it's good to see.
All right, I'll grant the motion, designate the case complex.
Yeah, it's a complex case. We've got 30. There won't be 30 witnesses. Everyone's full of crap in the beginning, and a bunch of experts. She's going to. What I read from these experts, the state has to have some experts saying, "Look, based on the information we have, this woman was never pregnant." They'll probably have a doctor that says that because that's true. It appears. But I don't know who she's going to get. She's going to get somebody to say, "Oh yeah, she had elevated hormone levels or some crap, and she definitely could have been pregnant." Of course, that person will base those opinions on her feeding them nonsense. But it amazes me, not this criminal defense attorney, but when she was still going after Clayton Eckert, it amazes me she got an attorney on board, and he's going to end up in trouble. And it amazes me even more that they're going to get some expert witnesses to stand behind this thing. It really does, because she's full of it.
270 days from the not guilty arraignment gives us a new last day of February 28th. Val, can you give us a trial date about 30 days before that, and then an FTMC?
Trial date would be January 22nd of 26 at 9 a.m. FTMC January 15th of 2026, 9 a.m.
January 22nd trial date. I don't know what the first date is. I guess that must be their speeded trial run or whatever for this. If it's, I don't know. I don't know the criminal procedure in this particular state. But it's set for January 22nd, but they moved that back 30 days. I wouldn't be shocked if that gets moved too. I would be shocked if this goes to trial. I would imagine that this ends in a plea. I can't see it going any other way. But if it goes to trial, it will be one hell of a show.
All right, how's January 15th for an FTMC and then January 22nd for trial?
Works for the state.
That works for the defense.
All right. So I need to set complex case management conferences. I usually set those 30, 45, 60, somewhere in that range. What's the party's preference?
I believe coming back in about 45 to 60 days would make sense. Right now, we're still going through a lot of the discovery just to check in. I think 45 to 60 days would be sufficient.
All right, if we could get a CCMC in about 45-ish.
September 25th at 9:10.
That was September 25th at 9:10.
That works for the state.
That works for defense.
Okay. Ms. Schutz, any other issues that you want to discuss for today's purposes?
No, nothing from the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so Ms. Owens, you need to be in court on September 25th at 9:10 back in this courtroom for a complex case management conference. Then you have a final trial management conference January 15th at 9 o'clock back in this courtroom. Your trial assignment is January 22nd, also at 9 o'clock, same building, but the 5th floor, courtroom 5B is in Boyd. You make all those court appearances. If you were to fail to appear, a warrant would issue for your arrest. If you don't show up for your trial, it could occur in your absence. Stay in touch with your lawyer. Make sure she has a good cell phone number for you at all times. Got all that?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We're in recess in this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Sydney Leslie.
Crazy. Oh no. I haven't even seen this yet, but we've got a subset that rolls into Webster's. That's after McGough. By the way, I put the McGough stuff later. It's short, but I put it into this stream. I did the stream this morning that included McGough, but then we got into the Lee situation. So I had to edit that out, and I didn't have the end of it. So now I have all of it. Let's carry on.
On the record in 2025 CR 250, State of Kansas versus Sydney Taylor Leslie. Please announce appearances.
Yes, Your Honor,
on
I'm here.
behalf of the state.
Ma'am, how do I get out of this? This is Greg Gutline still. I can't close
Just
this.
hang up. Just hang up your phone. Close your phone. There we go. Okay, we had just called 25 CR 250.
How do I get out of this? We're starting strong. We're not even to the actual parties yet.
State of Kansas versus Sydney Taylor Leslie. Jared Regier for the state. Miss Leslie appears in person and per se. Miss Leslie, is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where's your attorney? Are you going to have an attorney represent you?
I am presenting myself.
You know you have the right to an attorney, to hire any attorney of your choice. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you can apply, which I think you've already done.
I like the fact that they say they are presenting themselves. It's like that T-shirt that says "I'm with stupid." It just labels everything clearly. I'm a big subset moron. I shall not be taken seriously. I'll be presenting myself. Thank you, Judge.
But you did not request an attorney, is that right?
I did not request an attorney. That is correct.
You want to proceed on your own behalf, and you can do that. No one's going to stop you from doing that. But is anyone making you give up your right to an attorney today by any threats or promises?
No.
And understand you can hire, and if you can't afford, you can apply for court appointed. And if you qualify, one would be appointed. Do you understand that?
I comprehend, yes.
You do not wish to have an attorney.
I do not wish to have an attorney.
All right, I will show on the record that you've waived your right to an attorney and that you're going to proceed on your own behalf. So how do you plead then, Miss Taylor, or Miss Leslie, I guess it is. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it wrong. Miss Leslie, how do you plead to count one, interference with law enforcement officer?
A plead would be inappropriate at this time. I'm hoping to request a continuance.
Why would a plea be inappropriate at this time?
She said a plead, Judge, with a D. They're cleaning it up for her.
Okay, so, Your Honor, for the record, I am Sydney Taylor Leslie in propria persona sui juris. I am here by special appearance only and not making a general appearance. I reserve all of my rights, remedies, and objections, including but not limited to any objection to jurisdiction over my person. I require a continuance in this matter. I intend on filing a subpoena for body cam and cruiser footage. There are facts in dispute on this matter that I'm looking to clear up before the matter can continue further.
All right, I will grant a continuance for you to obtain discovery, but if you don't know how to do the things you just rattled off, you better have an attorney do it for you. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right, Mr. Aguirre, do you wish to be heard before I pick the date for this?
Your Honor, this does appear to be the first setting since the first appearance hearing before Judge Hart back in June. If the court is prepared to set this matter over for discovery purposes, the state does not object. I'm not sure if the court wishes to set that matter for merely control at this time, but I'll defer to the court on that point if the court will find that the bond is being continued and this continuance is at the request of the defense for speedy trial purposes.
All right, Miss Leslie, you're charged again with interference with law enforcement officers, a Class A non-person misdemeanor, driving without insurance, a Class B misdemeanor, and driving without a license in your possession, an unclassified misdemeanor, as well as failing to register your vehicle, another unclassified misdemeanor. The judge would have gone over these with you at first appearance. You want to go over them again as far as the penalties?
No, thank you.
All right. And you've indicated you want to exercise certain rights that you are entitled to and encouraged to. But as I said, an attorney could certainly help you carry out those rights. And you said you do not want that attorney?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, I'll have the record and the docket notes show that you have waived your right to counsel and that you know what you're doing. Now, then, do you want to set it for trial, Miss Leslie, or do you want to get the records and look at them and then set it for trial?
I would like to have a continuance, perhaps for discovery or an evidentiary hearing if possible.
Well, I can continue it for both those readings.
Okay.
For both those readings, to give you time to get all your discovery, the dash cam, body cam things you were mentioning.
Okay.
And then we can also set it for trial. So when's a good 1:30 trial date, Jim?
Your next one will be September 24th.
All right, you'll need to be back here with all your witnesses September 24th, 2025 at 1:30, and that will be by Zoom again.
Your Honor, if I may just get a little more time due to the fact that I'm going to be submitting the subpoena and I'll need discovery and I need to just review it so that I can have adequate time to present myself for my defense.
Well, that's 30 days. You don't think that'll be enough? How much time are you asking for?
I'm hoping for at least 60 days.
Jen, do we have 60 days?
We have October 22nd or October 29th at 1:30.
Which of those do you prefer?
I would prefer October 29th.
October 29th. This is continued to October 29th at the defendant's request. Is that over your objection or not, Mr. Aguirre? I don't remember any objections.
Your Honor, if the court is prepared to set this matter for trial, the state does not oppose that, but the state will be requesting a ruling as to whether or not the bond is being continued and if this continuance is at the request of the defense.
Court does find this request at the defendant's, and the time will count against the defendant for speedy trial purposes. The matter is continued for bench trial to be heard and to be commenced August 22nd, 2029 at 1:30 p.m. via Zoom. So Miss Leslie, it's going to be here by Zoom. Right? Be sure you have your evidence ready. If you're going to screen share it, whatever you're going to do, make sure you can do that. And if you need any help getting your discovery or presenting your evidence, you're always able to hire an attorney. And if you can't afford one, apply, but do it well in advance of the trial so that you can get the application completed, returned, and the court can appoint your attorney, and you and the attorney can have time to present your case.
Okay, yes, Your Honor, I did hear you say October 22nd. Was it the 29th that I had requested at 1:30?
You did, so I'll make it October 29th. Jen, you said
Thank you.
You said either, and she picked the 29th, correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
It'll be October 29th at 1:30. Now, Mr. Regier will be subpoenaing witnesses himself for the state. And if you find out or decide you don't want to go with a bench trial, let him know as soon as you can so he can cancel any of those witnesses that he may have coming in.
Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
You're welcome. And don't forget, you can look at diversion and see if that's an option. You can call the county attorney, but definitely look into that issue of an attorney.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anything further from the state, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, if the court is continuing the bond in this matter, I have nothing further at this time.
I am continuing the bond, all existing conditions plus the new ones I've stated on the record today.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
you're welcome, and Miss Leslie is excused at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, the court will call the matters of Mr.
Okay, I did a stream earlier today, and I had to edit all of this stuff off. Unfortunately, I lost the comments because the comments are really fun. The comments are really fun when we got to the Lee hearing, but I had to edit it. It's the way it is. But so I just have a couple minutes here of this and McGough, and I have the ending of McGough, which isn't interesting, but I have the complete McGough appearance for today.
Ishmael Davis, case numbers 25S 00264, 25S
Ooh.
00287,
That could be fun.
25S 00316, 25S 00288, and 25S 00317. All of these are pretrials.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Your Honor, welcome home. Good to see you. Please don't ever leave us again. Matthew Mansour, Assistant Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Davis, who is at the Washtenaw County Jail via Zoom. Mr. Davis, please state your name for the judge.
Ishmael Alexander Davis.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for that warm welcome, Mr. Mansour.
Yes, Your Honor. Last week was wonderful. Your Honor, we are working on a global resolution. He has two cases in 14A2. We are very close to resolving this case. Just need a little bit more time. So if I can just request the shortest adjournment you possibly can with your schedule, that'd be greatly appreciated. And Mr. Davis, I'll call your mom after court today, and I'll let her know what we talked about.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Maybe after we're done with this case, I can get in a breakout room with you.
Judge, all that information is correct. We're working with APA Banis on a global with the other retail fraud cases in 14.2, I believe. 14.82.
All right. The soonest I have to be able to get him back here is going to be on August 25th.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
What, Mr. Davis?
I ain't been getting my Synthroid medicine. I can't get it in here for my hyperactive thyroid. And the week that I missed my court date to be in here, my thyroid percentage was 40%, and anything over 23%, it can send me into different things. Like I've been throwing up every night since I've been here because I also take Seroquel for my traumatic brain injury that I had in 2 car crashes. I was just trying to see if I can get a PR bond till then or something, or reduce on the 15. And because I haven't even been able to contact my mom because she's been out of town. She just came back in this weekend.
Do this today, Your Honor. My health is in jeopardy right now.
What's that?
I have IBS.
Because you have 5 cases before me.
Yeah, 5 cases. They was mailed far as address. And then after the address, I had a court date and I missed it.
All right. Sir, we're not reducing your bond today, but thank you for that strong argument. I will ensure you that we will make contact with the jail to try to get your medication.
Thank you for that strong argument.
August 25th, 2025 at
I don't know if she's
9
serious.
o'clock
I
a.m.
can't tell.
So I gotta stay in here longer.
Mr. Davis, what are you doing? We talked about this. Do you want us to get this case resolved the way we were talking about?
Okay, sir, I'll be quiet.
I'll see him back here on August 25th at 9 o'clock a.m. Bond is continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
When can I talk to you? The breakout room to talk to the
Yeah, we can talk after.
Yes, we'll put him in a breakout room with you right now, sir. The global call case of the state of Michigan versus Daniel McGough, case number 25S00289.
Hey, what's for the people?
And Matthew Mansour on behalf of Mr. Daniel McGough, who appears today via Zoom from the Washtenaw County Jail. Daniel, can you please state your name for the judge?
Daniel McGough.
Thank you.
Daniel McGough.
We're here for a pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. I met with Mr. McGough yesterday. So Mr. McGough has an exam scheduled for the 19th. His bond is significantly high on that. So if we could request something for a little bit, after that, maybe the 25th date, if that still works, so I can, negotiate a plea with the prosecutor.
All right. Can I see counsel in the breakout room, please, briefly? All right, we're back on the record in the McGough matter. Mr. McGough, I'm gonna let you go and speak with your attorney for a minute, and then you'll come back and let us know for certain which direction you want to take. We'll pass this matter. Global call case of the state of Michigan versus Daniel McGough. Are we not ready? Okay, 25S00289.
Tiffany, what's for the people?
Matthew Mansour on behalf of Mr. McGough. Mr. McGough, whenever you're unmuted, please state your name again.
Daniel McGough.
All right, where are we with this one, please?
Your Honor, we are going to request the adjournment after the exam date on the 19th. We are aware that the final settlement conference will not be available this month, but we're okay with that.
August 25th at 9:00 a.m. Bond is continued.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry it took so long, sir.
It's all good.
Thank you. Are we ready on you're all set. Are we ready on the Matata matter again?
All right, this is the first appearance docket for Butler County, Kansas, August 11th, 2025. There at the jail, are you Keith Fuller?
This is fresh off the presses, and it's Brecken's fault. And I have some more. I'll say them in a minute.
Attorney though, so I don't have any money for an attorney or anything. So
Are you Keith Fuller?
yes, I'm Keith Fuller, Keith Edwards Fuller.
All right, we'll go on the record in the state of Kansas versus Keith.
Okay. Deluxe Crusader, Stu R, and CC Truck also sharing the blame here.
E. Fuller, case number 25 TR 1904. The state appears by Amber Norris. Mr. Fuller appears in custody of the Butler County Jail. You're here for a first appearance, Mr. Fuller.
I'm here because I was picking up trash on the turnpike and the officer told me it was illegal, but I didn't see any signs on the interstate that said you couldn't pick up trash.
All right, well, the charge
Well, that's what I was
is-
doing, was just picking up
Okay,
trash.
If you'll just let me
Yeah, yes, sir.
speak, I'm going to tell you what the charge is. Is there not a long form charging document, Miss Norris, or are we just using the complaint?
Your Honor, it's just the ticket as far as I'm aware. And
Okay.
they highway patrol filed that electronically.
All right, it's a violation of KSA 8-1525, which is a regulation on use of controlled access highways and facilities. Essentially, that means you're not supposed to be walking along the interstate.
I didn't have my car got taken from me. I parked my car so I could go into the town. I was looking for mounds. I was doing mound research. That's the only reason why I went to El Dorado. I was walking because I didn't have a vehicle or an ID or anything like that, so I didn't know what else to do. And if I stayed there, I'll be on private property, and I didn't want to get arrested for a violation of private property. So that's the reason why I was walking the interstate, was because I was trying to get home. I was trying to get back to Illinois.
You were walking back to Illinois?
Yeah, I was walking back to Illinois. I was.
That's a long walk.
Okay, can I explain it to you? Judge,
Well, before you do that, I don't want you to say anything that might be seen as incriminating. So
because I didn't get rid of my Miranda rights when I got arrested on the interstate. He just said, sit in the car and I'll take you to the jail. He didn't read me my
Boom, nailed it, brother. You're free. It's all good now.
Miranda rights or anything like that before I got into the car. You could look at a security camera on a police uniform and you can see that.
I don't know if that'll come into play or not, but Miss Norris, this is a.
I didn't get arrested in Kansas.
All right, Mr. Fuller, you're just gonna need to let me speak, please. Quit talking over me. Is this an unclassified misdemeanor?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the maximum penalty is 30 days in jail and up to a $500 fine. So that's what you're charged with, Mr. Fuller. You have three options.
Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt. It looks like it might actually be a Class B. Yes, Your Honor. It looks like Class B non-person. I apologize.
All right, what that means then, Mr. Fuller, is a Class B misdemeanor has a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and up to a $1,000 fine. So that's what you're charged with. Your options are, if you wish to consult with an attorney, I'll set this over. I'll enter a not guilty plea. You could enter a guilty plea, which means you're admitting what you're charged with. You can enter a not guilty plea, and we'd set it over for a further hearing, or you can enter a no contest plea. And a no contest plea, you're not admitting to the charge. You're just choosing not to contest it. So those are your options. How do you wish to proceed, Mr. Fuller?
I'm trying to understand. I'm a vet. I'm a military veteran. I have a Social Security disability. I have a lot of disabilities. So it's kind of hard for me to hear and everything like that. So I don't know what you mean.
All right. Which part don't you understand?
What you said about the charges. About I was just walking on the interstate because I didn't have a vehicle. The police dropped me off in Kansas. I was in Illinois, in Mattoon, walking my dog. I sat in the driveway because there was no sidewalk. My dog laid down. So I sat down with my dog because he had laid down because of the heat. So there was no sidewalk in Mattoon. I was walking on the road. I pulled into the driveway. My dog sat down, and then an officer came up. It was a chief of police or something like that. I don't know. He was wearing sunglasses. And then he grabs me, and they take my dog. And then they take me to the hospital. So I go to the hospital. I wake up in Missouri, Kansas. And then I get taken from Missouri, Kansas off the turnpike to Kansas, dropped off at a Walmart in Kansas and told not to leave that parking area. So that's the reason why I took off walking, because everybody was coming around me and stuff like that. They refused me to let me go in the store. I didn't have any money. I couldn't eat anything. So that's the reason why I took off walking to go back to Illinois, because I got dropped off in Kansas somehow by the police officer that picked me up alongside the interstate that I was picking up trash on in Missouri. He took me, it was at nighttime in Missouri. And then he picked me up and took me to Kansas and dropped me off. He was doing like 80.
Who did?
Some officer, I don't know his name. It was a black marked car. Kind of looked like a military, but it didn't have any writing on it. So that's the reason why I didn't know. I didn't get read my Miranda rights that time either. He just picked me up off the turnpike in Missouri and turned around and dropped me off in Kansas.
An officer just dropped you off?
Yes, sir. An officer just dropped me off in Kansas. He picked me up in Missouri on the turnpike right here on El Dorado, and then he turned around when you get to that bridge. He cut through the little thing, and then he floored it 80, 90 miles an hour to Kansas. I got dropped off at the Walmart at maybe
Ms. Norris, do you have any information from the officer regarding this case?
Your Honor, it looks like all I have is a copy of the ticket, but it's not a general practice of law enforcement to move someone from one state to the next and just drop them off, as the defendant is claiming. So I don't have any information. And generally, the highway patrol that works in this area only works in this area, within Butler, Sedgwick County.
All right. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Fuller? You can enter a not guilty plea.
I'm not guilty, sir.
You're not guilty?
Not guilty. I didn't do anything wrong but walk on the interstate picking up trash. And I was stranded at Walmart in Kansas. That's the reason why I had no other choice.
Okay, just Mr. Fuller, let me talk, please.
I'm trying to listen, sir.
I've entered a not guilty plea for you. Can you afford to hire an attorney to represent you?
I'm on Social Security disability. I don't have any money. I make $725 a month from the federal
All right.
government.
Do you wish to apply for a court-appointed attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I get it. If I represent myself, then I know I'm going to prison. So that's the reason why I guess I could represent myself. I didn't do anything wrong.
If you want to consider having an attorney appointed,
If I represent myself, I know I'm going to prison, so I can represent myself. All right.
appoint one for you.
It's hard because then I don't have any money to pay anybody. So that's the reason why I try to do everything myself, because I'm on Social Security disability. I'm a military veteran.
Darren Patterson can have you out of there in about 5 minutes if you shut your hole and accept his help.
I mean, I do what I can to help this country.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I understand that and I appreciate that, but I just need to determine if you want me to appoint an attorney to represent you, or if you want to represent yourself, or if you want to hire your own attorney.
I could represent myself. They just violated my constitutional rights, First Amendment right, the freedom of movement. That's what they violated because they
All
told me I
right.
couldn't
So,
talk.
Mr. Fuller, you understand that if you can't afford to hire an attorney, one would be appointed for you,
Yes, sir, I understand.
and you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there a waiver of counsel there, Deputy?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment.
What is that, the waiver of counsel?
It's a written waiver that basically states that you understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you. And if you can't afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you, or you can waive that right and represent yourself.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't know if you had to write it down for me. This one here. Hold on, I got tics. So it's I'm sorry. I got disabilities. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm trying the best I can.
All right. Has the waiver been signed?
We're working on it, Your Honor.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You signed it, Your Honor.
All right. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set your case on Judge Lee's expedited misdemeanor control docket, which will be August 15th at 1:30. That's this Friday. We need to set a bond. Ms. Norris, what's the state's recommendation for bond?
Your Honor, based on his lack of contacts and his lack of knowing where he is and has been exactly, state would be asking for $2,000 cash or surety and that he not leave the state of Kansas.
All right, I'll set bond at $2,000 cash or surety. As a condition of bond, you're not to leave the state of Kansas. You're to appear in front of Judge Lee by Zoom, August 15th at 1:30 p.m.
Okay. No, I'm not making anything up, Judge. I was in Mattoon, Illinois, and then they moved me to Kansas City, Missouri, and then they took me to Kansas.
All right, if you do make bond, I'm going to order that you appear from the Butler County Judicial Center and use their Zoom equipment for this hearing Friday at 1:30.
Okay, so how do I do I need to get a hold of my wife to see if I can get her to post bail? And if that's the case, what happens if she does or if she can't?
Well, then you'll remain in custody until your next court appearance.
Yes, sir. So it's what else do I do? Do I call her to see if I can get the money to see?
You can do that. You can contact.
So will they
the
let me
consul.
out if she pays the bail?
If you post a bond, then you'll be released.
Okay, because all this stuff was in my car. I left my car in El Dorado.
These would be great questions for the attorney that you turned down. Oh my God, this is sad.
On the side of the road because I was walking into town to look and see about the mounds. I left everything in my car. I thought it was in a safe, secure location.
What are the mounds?
The mounds are giant mounds that the Native Americans, supposedly the giants, have built to cover up cities, the 7 lost cities. And I started researching at the U of I because the U of I was at the mounds. They were the mound center. They were in charge of all the mounds. So I'd been doing research since the 80s. And I found out that Champaign has a mound, Chicago has a mound, Indiana has a mound, Pure Michigan has a mound. Missouri has a big mound. The lost city of gold is in Missouri.
Okay, all right, I get the point, Mr. Fuller. All right,
It's just research, that's all
I
it is.
understand. All right,
Topography and geography,
we'll be in
Are you
recess.
Judge Crum?
Have a good day.
Do you really get the
Are you
point? I
Logan
don't.
Parker?
Yes.
All right, we'll go on the record in State of Kansas versus Logan Dale Parker. Case number 25 CR 359. The state appears by Amber Norris. Mr. Parker appears in custody of the Butler County Jail. You're here for a first appearance, Mr. Parker.
Yes.
There's one charge alleged to have occurred on August 9th, 2025 in Butler County, Kansas. It's a
Family dispute.
It's a domestic battery involving a Donovan Parker. Apparently, he's some sort of a family or household member.
He is my step grandpa and he attacked me. He hit me
Alright.
here,
Well,
here,
just-
and
let's-
here,
let's-
and my
let-
ear is still ringing. That's
Let
why
me-
I called.
Hey, Mr. Parker, let me finish.
I'm letting you.
It's alleged that you recklessly caused bodily harm to Mr. Walker, and this is a second time offense.
And first
You
time.
apparently have a prior conviction out of Butler County District Court number 24 CR 512. So this is a Class A person misdemeanor. It carries a maximum penalty of a year in jail and up to a $2,500 fine. So do you understand what you've been charged with, Mr. Parker?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. It sounds like perhaps you have a defense to this. Do you wish to consult with an attorney, or how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, before I called 911 dispatch.
I don't want to hear anything about the facts of the case. I don't want you to say anything that might incriminate yourself. Do you want to hire your own attorney, apply for a court-appointed attorney, or represent yourself?
Either way, you guys ain't gonna do me right.
Well,
I just need the custody of my daughter transferred to my wife, Ava Scarlett Parker, away from Donovan, because I have suspicion that Donovan.
All right, Mr. Parker, I'm trying to
All I have to
determine
say.
first if you wish to consider having an attorney appointed to represent you.
I would love to, but please be a good one.
All right, can you afford to hire your own attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, are you currently employed?
No, sir.
All right, when did you last work?
July 3rd.
Okay, I'll appoint Darren Patterson to represent you. He's an attorney here in town. I'm gonna show a not guilty plea being entered. We need to establish a bond. Ms. Norris, what's your recommendation for bond?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, recommend 2,500 cash or surety. No contact with the alleged victim, no drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. And defendant is on probation for a domestic violence battery on his partner. I think he went on probation about January, so he's about midway.
All right, what town do you live in, Mr. Parker?
None.
You don't live anywhere?
All my belongings is at my grandparents' house.
What town?
It's technically Douglas, Kansas.
And Your Honor, that was the location of the event.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the home where Donovan Walker resides?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Do you have somewhere else to go?
I really don't. My wife, Ava, she asked me if I could talk to my probation officer about moving down there in Louisiana, which I doubt I'm even going to be able to do because my probation officer told me at the beginning of the year that I only have a distance of 50 miles from the El Dorado County. So I really don't, but I'm trying to get a hold of my brother or one of my brothers. I have several brothers that I'm trying to get a hold of, but it's kind of hard right now when nobody's giving me a phone number or any rights. Like, this is the first time I got clothes.
All right, well, I have concerns about your ability to appear back in court and public safety concerns. I'm gonna set bond at $5,000 cash or surety. As a condition of bond, you're to have no contact with Donovan Walker. You're not to possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm gonna set a court date. Do you think you'll be able to make that bond?
No, sir.
I'm gonna set the hearing on Judge Lee's expedited misdemeanor control docket, August 15th at 1:30 p.m. That'll be by Zoom. So that's this Friday. Mr. Patterson will be there on the Zoom with you. All right, Ms. Norris, anything else on this case?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Parker, you are excused. Thank you.
Love you, Ava.
Person at the jail, what is your name?
My name is Joshua Hoffman.
All right, this is case number 253657SM, the people of the state of Michigan versus Joshua and Michael Hoffman. We're here for an arraignment. Mr. Hoffman, you met with somebody from the Community Corrections Department and gave them some contact information. Is that information accurate?
Yes, yes, it is.
Did you have the opportunity to meet with somebody from the Defender's Office today?
Yeah, and I did meet with them. I just don't know why I met with them.
Okay. Well, they're required to meet with you. That's probably why.
What events?
What's that?
What events are you speaking on? I'm right here with you. I'm trying to figure out everything along with everyone else. All I know is I was aggravated at my roommate.
Hold on. Mr. Hoffman.
Yes, sir.
Don't say anything. I don't want you to say anything about the case, all right? Because we're making a record and the prosecutor's present, so I don't want you to say anything that could cause some issues for you. So
yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
Let me do what I need to do, and I think that's going to answer your question for you, all right?
Sir.
So I have a complaint that alleges that on or about August 10th, 2025, in the city of Cadillac here in Wexford County, it is alleged that you did commit the offense of domestic violence upon William Scott, a resident or former resident of your household. That is a 93-day misdemeanor and or a fine of $500 with consecutive sentencing may be imposed if the assault happened in place of confinement. Mr. Hoffman, I'm not asking you if you agree with the charges, but do you understand that is what you've been charged with, and that is
I would like to
potential
press
penalty?
charges if that's what I am being charged
Mr.
with,
Hoffman, this is going to go a lot easier.
I have a right to speak, do I not, Judge?
Not
I
at this
have a right
point,
to
you don't.
speak. Why
Mr.
not?
Hoffman, Mr. Hoffman,
I
we
would
have
like
process corrections. I have a docket I have to get through, so can we put Mr. Hoffman back in his cell, and I will get back with him when
Sir,
I'm
I'm
able to.
asking you a simple question. Can I press charges against him?
Thank you, corrections. All right, we are back on the record in the people of the state of Michigan versus Joshua and Michael Hoffman, case number 253657SM. Mr. Hartel, are you able to see and hear the court?
I am, thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Hoffman, are you able to see and hear the court?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hartel, did you have the opportunity to go through Mr. Hoffman's rights with him?
We did go over those, yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hoffman, did you understand those rights as your attorney went through them with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You do have the right to be represented by an attorney at all phases throughout this process, and if you could not afford one will be appointed to represent you, but you may be required to repay a portion of that expense. Today, do you plan to hire an attorney, request the appointment of an attorney, or represent yourself?
Whatever is going to expedite the process and get me kicked over so I'm not doing dead time on parole.
Well, the choice is yours. I can't make that decision for you.
What was the question again?
Do you plan to hire an attorney, represent yourself, or request the appointment of an attorney?
The appointment of an attorney, along with my end of a plea of no guilty right now.
The court will make a referral to the public defender's office for the appointment of an attorney, enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and will set the matter for a pretrial. That is where your appointed attorney and a representative from the prosecutor's office will get together to see if there's a way to resolve the case short of going to trial. You also have the right to have a bond set. Your bond is based upon the probability of you appearing at future court appointments, the seriousness of the offense charged, and the threat that you pose to the public. Counsel, historically, I show in 2012 an operating while visibly impaired, in 14 a driving while license suspended, in 17 an operating or maintaining a lab in possession of meth, 18 UDAA, and a B&E of a building with intent. In 17, 2 B&Es with intent, an assault and battery, and then 3 more B&Es with intent. In 20, there was a use of a controlled substance, 20 an assault and battery, and malicious destruction of building.
27. Excuse me, sir. Apologies.
In 23, a larceny less than $200. In 22, a resist and obstruct. There was a 7411 case in 2012. In 10, there was a shoplifting, which was out of state. And in 17, there was a fail to appear for a fingerprintable charge. He is currently.
Sir, why are we going over all this right now? This is an advice of rights. What you just did right there is totally against the law, and you have no right to be mentioning evidence from prior cases in this case without me being found guilty first. I have a right to have all this expunged from the record, and this will be on the record. I will mark. What time is it?
Oh, it's not just on the record. It's on Law Talk with Mike now. We've got a complete record. If you need it, I'll send it to you. I'll send you the link. You can watch it. But you're going down in flames, my friend.
1524.
1524.
Defendant is also on parole with the state of Michigan for the B&E with intents and UDAA. Corrections, is there a hold on him?
Yes, there currently is a parole detainer.
I don't blame him. What happened was, Your Honor, is I was going to leave the house. My roommate had my
Mr. Hoffman, you have the right to remain silent. I don't want you to say anything that can be used against you.
This shit sucks.
Any comment regarding bond, Mr. Hartel?
Talk to me in person.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. As was noted, I do believe there is a parole hold on this defendant, so some of this argument may be academic. However, I would ask the court to set a small nominal amount of bond so that if he is able to resolve his other issues, that he would be able to then be able to afford the bond, perhaps $100, something very nominal like that. I believe that if the court had any concerns for public safety, they could be overcome with bond conditions, a no contact order with the alleged victim, my apologies. I'm not trying to take anything away from his defense strategy, and whoever's assigned, be myself or someone else, will go over that with him later, but I would again ask the court to keep the bond as low as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Prosecutor's office.
Your Honor, I'll try and keep this short. This was allegedly between the defendant and his roommate. He had pushed his roommate down the stairs, accused him of taking his marijuana vape. We would ask for a no contact order with the victim. Additionally, given the defendant's extremely long criminal history, as well as the fact he is on parole, I did speak with Mr. Saladay briefly, and he did inform me this is not the first issue he has had with the defendant being on parole. Given that, then people would ask for a $5,000 bond. Thank you.
You said this is allegedly over a vape pen? Marijuana pen?
Marijuana vape, yes.
All right, the court will set bond as follows. Mr. Hoffman, you are to appear as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state without permission, and to commit no new crimes. I'm going to order no controlled substances, including recreational marijuana. You'll be subject to random testing. There will be a no contact with William Scott. No contact means no contact of any kind, not by you, not by phone, Facebook, Messenger, any other social media, or anybody acting on your behalf. Defendant is not to act in a threatening, intimidating, or harassing behavior. The defendant does have a couple assaultive crimes in his past, an assault and battery in 20, an assault and battery in 17, resist and obstruct in 22. So I do find that a monetary bond is appropriate. I will set a cash or surety bond at $2,500 cash surety.
No.
And I should have mentioned also that I had reviewed the praxis, and the praxis scores him at a risk level 3, which is medium risk. I believe that is properly scored, at least given the information that we have. All right, Mr. Hoffman, you'll be receiving your next court date there at the jail. If you are able to post bond, you'll need to report to community corrections here at the courthouse and get signed up for testing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, jail. We are adjourned.
The court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Cheikh Ka, case number 25F00039.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Citizen Public Defender Davi Lebo for Mr. Ka. Mr. Ka, could you state your name?
Cheikh Ka on the record.
Thank you. We're here for sentencing today.
Your Honor, could we approach for a moment?
If this is about him filing some motion, I'm not adjourning it again for him to do that. So there's nothing for us to approach about.
Your Honor, just for the record, then Mr. Ka did indicate to me that he was interested in withdrawing his plea. I explained that there are very limited grounds for doing so, and that as we didn't represent him when he entered the plea, we have limited information about that. And so, Your Honor, we would be requesting an adjournment for that purpose. If that, however, is not possible, we are prepared to proceed with sentencing.
Ms. Woods, anything from you on the motion for him to withdraw his plea?
Judge, I don't believe there would be a basis for him to withdraw the plea. Unfortunately, I don't have any information. I can't access anything on my computer, so I'd ask the court to go forward with sentencing today.
So the last time Mr. Ka was here, he brought up that issue, and I appointed new counsel so that that could be done. In addition to that, Mr. Ka had at that time failed a test on July 1st, and he had police contact in the interim time period. So we're here for sentencing today. We're going to proceed with the sentencing, and that is where we are.
May I say something?
You'll have plenty of time to say what you need to say, Mr. Ka. What is it that you want to say, sir?
I would like to withdraw my plea because I understand that it carries a higher sentencing time also. And I'm asking the court because I was not presented properly the first time.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Ka, as you may recall, sir, we started a non-jury trial where testimony was taken in that particular matter. And I listened to a witness who at that point sounded very credible. You were given an option to proceed with that non-jury trial or to take a plea, which was to a lesser offense. You chose to take a plea to the lesser offense. So there are very limited bases for which you can withdraw a plea, and I explained that to you at the time that you took that plea and you proceeded with it.
My understanding isn't the greatest or the clearest, and it takes me a time. It takes me a second to get a very good understanding of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was incapable at that moment in time because I was just stressed out.
Judge, I'm a big dummy.
I was incapable of comprehending or thinking properly. I was just honestly going with the flow.
You never went through the flow, sir. So
I understand I'm here for sentencing, but I'm begging to have the trial, please. I'm begging to have the trial.
you can beg as much as you want to, sir. You're not entitled to have your plea withdrawn. And there is no promotion for me. And right now, we're moving forward with the sentence.
Plus, in case you didn't pick up what she's laying down, you were losing the trial badly. You were getting crushed. Okay?
All right. Mr. Lebo, is there anything you'd like to say in terms of corrections, solutions, or additions to this particular report?
Yeah, Your Honor, I would like to allocute.
All right. Ms. Woods, is there anything you want to say at this time?
Judge, I'm unable to view my notes, but I believe when he did enter into the plea offer, we did agree to a no upfront jail term, which was one of the reasons why the defendant did enter into the plea offer. So I'd ask the court to follow the recommendation. I'd ask for no jail time and the probation that's recommended by the probation agent. Thank you.
Well, okay. My notes do not say that. So I think we're gonna need your notes.
And Judge, I'm unable to access my computer at the moment. It's not working.
Been assigned a public defender that.
Mr. Ka, hang on a minute.
So this is what I'm gonna do. She doesn't have her notes, and she's indicating that she believes that there was a sentence agreement to no upfront jail. And April 29th, 2025, we're gonna access the court's records. One moment. All right, we need to take a brief recess so that we can actually go back and review the court records from that date to see whether or not there was an agreement to no upfront jail. So court will be in a brief recess.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, the 14B District Court is now back in session. And we're back on the record in the case of the state of Michigan versus Cheikh Ka, 25S00039.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Don Filippo for Mr. Ka. Mr. Ka, can you state your name, sir?
Cheikh Ka on the record.
So the record does show that there was an agreement for no upfront jail in this case.
Thank you, Judge, for checking. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, anything else from you, Woods?
Nothing from the people, Judge.
All right. Ms. Decker, what would you like to say today, ma'am?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. So last time we were here, I did make my victim statement. But I just want to make it very clear that the burden that this court case has had on my life and the amount of emotional trauma that Cheikh has put on me is so severe that I literally cannot sleep at night. Like, coming to this court date today, I have severe anxiety. Like, my whole life has changed just from one day of meeting him. Like, I can't even begin. Like, it's hard for me to function because I have so much trauma. Like, I have a whole child that I have to take care of by myself because this man can't step up and be an actual man who takes care of his kid, who does the right thing or makes any kind of logical decision. The amount of abuse he has put me under physically, mentally, and emotionally is inhumane. My life will never be the same. 2 years ago, before I met Cheikh, I was a love, fun, kind, happy person. And now my life is just hard. My life is hard, okay? He owes me like $10,000 because I was stupid enough to buy him a car, which he used to drink and drive around and pick up other girls and do drugs with. Like, this man is a monster. He deserves to go to jail, as far as I'm concerned. But whatever the court decides for him is what you guys decide. He's literally on probation right now for strangling his ex and almost killing her. A felony case. He's abused me. He's abused women after me, and he's not gonna stop. This is not where it ends. He's not gonna stop. He keeps getting away with these things with slaps on the wrist, and he just keeps doing it. He hasn't learned. He's never gonna learn because this is who he is deep down to his core, to his soul. He is a woman abuser. He's an opportunist. He is a terrible human being. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Ms. Decker.
Thank you.
What would you like to say, Mr. Lebo?
Your Honor, I do just want to note that I would ask the court to follow that agreement. I do want to note that Mr. Ka is enrolled in therapy. As the report indicates, he's enrolled in the HEAL program. So he is participating in programming.
I think he was participating in programming when he committed this abuse.
I don't have that information, Your Honor.
You'll get a chance, Mr. Ka. Put your hand down. I'm sorry, what? All right, thank you. Ms. Woods, are you there?
Yes, Judge, I'm just trying to.
Well, that wasn't fun at all.
I'm just trying to bring up my computer, the rest of my stuff right now, Judge.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Ka, what would you like to say, sir?
I want to start by saying the fact that, yes, I'm an alcoholic. I've also been in recovery. I've lived a life where I've grown and learned how to live and be with society. I went from drinking, drugging, and stealing. I have a bunch of felonies. Yes, I'm not the most righteous person, but if you look at my track record, you'll be able to see that I've showed improvement where I've changed. I've totally changed. Yes, I've got a strangulation that all the incidents that was going on in that case, as that was happening, the person who I am here with, that's the mother of my child, was on the phone with me the entire time. The entire time. I am not right for what I have done in that case. I am not an abuser. I am not a manipulative person or any of the things that she's saying that I am. I just want the court to also understand that these allegations came in on January 10th. On January 9th, she spoke to a lady named Rebecca Klein, who I currently have a PPO against, who's the person who bonded me out. That person currently was the one that reached out to her for her to call the cops on January 10th and made the allegations that she made. There is nowhere in there that the things that she says are shown. I didn't rub her in no applesauce. I didn't cause no issues or no damages to her. I would never put my hands on her. This woman looked at me and said to me face to face, who are they going to believe? The person who's a felon or me, the little white girl? I could take a polygraph and she could take a polygraph. That will settle that. There is absolutely no way that a woman should call you and then you wake up the next morning
Throw away the key. I've heard enough.
to ruin my life because you're just mad at me. Also, the fact that on January,
We also don't believe you, felon.
on December, there was a PPO that was entered. The PPO was entered, and then I was convinced and told that the PPO would be retracted. This is all things that was told to me based on our past previously, it's been multiple times that she has told me she is going to put a PPO out on me because she know where I stand with the law and know what it is that she could say. I am not credible because I haven't been heard to talk. I honestly would like to go ahead and have the case so I can, the trial.
You're not credible. You've made a complete jerk out of yourself during these proceedings. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. I hope you get time. I don't know how this ends.
So I can show the reason why I never violated the PPO in the first instance when I first had an interaction with you. PPO was never served to me. The PPO also wasn't told to me. When the PPO was told to me, it was from her sending me the message showing me that she has written the proof of having the PPO retracted. The PPO was never retracted because she was in contact with the girl, Rebecca Klein, who I currently have a PPO against, who still has contacted me to the point where she sends me money and talk about my belief system because she understands where I'm at. I have been in recovery since 2020. I have
just found to be drinking, sir. You were drinking just last month.
Last month.
You tested positive.
Yeah, I tested positive in that one instance that I tested positive for.
No, that was March. You tested positive in March.
That was it. That was it. And that test did not last long in the breathalyzer.
What do you mean didn't last long? What does that even mean?
It means that I took that drink by accident. I didn't know that it was alcohol in there. I suffered from a brain bleed that made me lose my sense of smell and taste. So I just took that cup, drinking it. And when I wouldn't. That's why I asked to have the tether as an alcohol tether, so it limits me from all the different complications that I'd have to deal with. I sometimes will breathalyze on the sofa.
You couldn't smell it? Uh-huh. Oh my God. Max him. Whatever you can throw at him, Judge.
Length more than once because I can't remember that I've breathalyzed before.
And Judge, he's also tested positive for THC numerous times, which he shouldn't even be able to have marijuana at this point. So he's, has issues with that as well.
I see counsel in the breakout room. Oh, I need to pass the other case. And Mr. Ka, in a minute, you can go in and speak with your attorney. Ms. Decker, you're going to go in and speak with the victim advocate. And yes, where are we at on the, no, where are we at on the Ka matter? Yes, you can because the other one's Mr. Lebo.
We're prepared to go forward on that, Judge.
All right.
Your Honor, I believe the court wanted me to speak to Mr. Khan at breakout room again.
And you did not?
No, Your Honor.
Before you do, Ms. Woods, would it necessitate him speaking to Mr. Ka again?
Judge, we want to go forward with sentencing today.
Okay, then there's nothing for you to speak to him about.
Thank you.
All right, the court will recall the case of the state of Michigan versus Cheikh Ka, case number 25S00039.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lebo for Mr. Khan. Mr. Khan, could you state your name, sir?
On the record.
Thank you. All right, anything else from you, Mr. Ka, is where I believe we left off?
Yes, I'm not sure where I left off at with the story, but I want the court to know that I'm a good father to the point where I was told to stop buying things. That's one. And I have proof for everything that it is that I am saying. I've not been abusive, coercive, threatening, or have initiated any of those behaviors towards the mother of my child. I've made it very clear that it's a repetitive theme when it is that it is holiday or anything going on where it's an event where this whole entire situation where it started from, because her mom does not like the kids because of the kids' origins. Yes, I have proof indicating that her mom is racist and all that from her stating that to me. I am not the greatest person. I'm not a bad person. Yes, I cheated. But that's not the reason why I should get another case to have me go to prison on my case in Oakland County that I was supposed to finish probation for, which I've been compliant and doing everything. I go to Easter Seals and I take my medication. She mentioned that there were multiple times that the police been called to the house. If multiple police have been called and they've been there and seen both of us, how come there has not been any issue or anything? That those police officers are there. If I was erratic or had any kind of issue, there would have been something that would have had happened already. Instead, it's something that happened on January 10th, the day before you have contacted and talked to another female who still does not understand or get the point of not calling me. So that police officer creates a case. Now I am here. I'm going to mention it to the court. I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. But because I have not lost my mental capacity due to the fact of the things that I've gone through. I sit here every day and struggle not being able to know what is the whereabouts of my son, not knowing what it is that is going on there, and having been in presence of my son being taken care of and knowing that that is not the proper care. A person looking at me and telling me they know my track record, and I could prove that they have sent me messages, multiple messages, that shows how they are threatening me because of my situation being on probation. And it doesn't just stop there. Like I've told her that I'm scared of her, but I stuck around because of my son. I come from West Africa. Family is everything to me.
I can't make out what you're saying right now. It's not coming through clearly.
I said I come from West Africa, Senegal. Family is everything to me. So I wouldn't do anything to her. I wouldn't do anything to her to hurt her. And she knows that. She knows that. I am not an abuser. Yes, I cheated. Yes, I've done some wrong in the past. I'm not the person that it is saying that I am. And I read my PSI indicating that I sold drugs, saying that I have access to guns, all of which are things that I am not. In the instance, if I was, you wrote that on the PPO and you are retracting the PPO. These are lies that I'm not trying to be the person that's just sitting in this courtroom just saying that it's always lies. I'm saying the lies are there because I have proof, which is why I wanted to have the trial. For a man sitting over here being told that you're on your sentencing agreement, you don't get jail. And I am willing, because on one of our hearings here on Zoom, you looked at me, Your Honor, and said to me that I better come with a better argument, or basically I better come with something better. I haven't gotten to speak. I'm finally able to speak. I want to show my point. I wasn't represented. I wasn't represented fairly because there was some bias condition and things there. I just want to be able to go to trial. Going to trial carries more time. I'm pretty sure everyone wants to be locked up. I will go. I'm not a bad person. I do everything I'm supposed to do. Yes, I have a problem with females. But I know that. I know that myself. Jealousy should not be the reason for me to go ahead and go to prison. I'm a great person, I'm a great father, and I'm a great person in my community. And I'm not saying these things because my community sees me. It says that I don't have or can keep a job on my PSI. I've been an employee of the month at the place that I worked at last year while running my entire business. This year, I just run my business because I just had surgery. I've gotten to a point where now I manage 3 different mosques for my community as a Muslim. And that's just that's just some of the places that I manage. I am not a bad person as this person is trying to make me be. I understand there's some things like when it comes down to being bad, but as a person, it should never have gotten to this point. And I just want to have the trial to show the proof as to why, because this is not where it has always got to. It's always, I'm pinning you to the wall so I can hear the truth. The truth was that I cheated and I didn't tell her. The truth is that she knew of the person, but wasn't clear. The truth is that person contacted her when it was clear to that person that I was not going to be there. I am not. Sorry, what's that?
Is there anything else, Mr. Ka?
I don't know what else I can say. I just wanted to make sure I got that out to make sure the court knows I'm not a bad person. I'm a great father. My family was the only family at the hospital when she had my son Malik. My family was the one that's there. No one else. No one else. It takes a village. Bottom line also is the fact that this is going on because
Okay. I'm thinking of how we can get him either the death penalty or deported. Already. And then he uncorks It Takes a Village. Oh man. This guy's got to go. He's got to go. In whatever way we can. I don't even know what the charge is at. Well, it's DV, but whatever you can do, do it, Judge. Do it.
I was told that my son is going to call another man daddy. Face to face being told to me. That hurts. I don't have anything else to say.
Good. She's calling someone else daddy too. I hope that feels good for you.
And there's absolutely no way I can take my plea back. I want to have the trial.
Sorry, loser.
More time.
Sir, I heard you when you said that at least 5 times now.
Sorry.
With respect to the sentencing in this case, there is a sentence agreement with the prosecutor's office that there's no upfront jail. And that was the agreement that he pled to. Unless that is going to be retracted, then he doesn't get to withdraw his plea.
Judge, the victim really wants to go forward with sentencing today, and we're fine with the no upfront jail. We'd ask for the maximum term of probation and for a GPS tether if possible to keep him away from the victim and a hot zone to her address. Judge, this has been drawn out and the victim can't move on.
All right, that's disappointing, but he will screw up. This guy is dumber than a box of rocks. He will screw up, and I hope they ring him up. I hope they ring him up when he does.
She can't heal, and I think a lot of this that's going on right now with this defendant, he does have a problem with females, clearly, because he can't keep his hands off of them. this is not his first domestic violence conviction. He needs counseling. He needs help. We believe he does have a substance abuse issue that he needs treatment for. And the victim just wants to move on with her life without this man. And he's just dragging this on by saying he wants a trial because he doesn't want to let her go. This is a way for him to control her and manipulate her. So the victim wants to take control right now and wants him to be sentenced. She wants her life back, Judge, and she can't do it with this hanging over her head. Thank you.
Anything else from anybody else?
I have something to say.
Not you. You've said enough. Mr. Lebo?
Both of my knowledge, there haven't been any recent contact allegations. So I would ask that to be considered regarding the request for a tether.
I can't make out what you're saying right now.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, is this any better?
A little bit, not much.
I think I'll check out my laptop after court to figure out what's going on. I would just ask that the court consider that there haven't been any recent allegations of contact with regard to the request for the tether.
Thank you. Yes, I'm with the defense with respect to the contact issue. I mean, he's been coming back and forth to court now since this trial in April. I haven't heard any allegations of contact.
Well, Judge, I think based on the fact that he's had bond violations, he still, was still testing for the THC after he's ignored court orders. So based on the fact that he's violated conditions, orders from the court, we do still have safety concerns. And if he's still violating court orders, that would be the reason why we would ask for the GPS tether. Thank you, Judge.
The defendant's violation of the court order was with respect to the alcohol, for which he's now on an alcohol tether. And the court has addressed that particular violation. I am not going to increase his sanctions at this point to put him on a tether for home confinement or anything like that when I haven't had any violations of the no contact order alleged. So I'm not doing that. What I will do though is going to sentence him to 93 days in the Washington County Jail, credit for the 4 days that have been served, 89 days are suspended. So he doesn't have any additional jail time unless he violates the court's orders. You are on probation for a total of 18 months, sir. You are to do the Accountable Choices program. There's no assaultive or threatening behavior towards Miss Chelsea Decker or anyone else. No contact with her whatsoever. No going to her place of employment or address.
Nobody even want to see her.
Sir, please stop making outbursts. Okay. You are to have.
I think you
the
might be right.
alcohol tether will continue, and you are to have a review in this case on October the 20th, 2025, which is 60 days, to see if you're in the Accountable Choices program.
Your Honor,
Yes.
can he also do the weekend Accountable Choices program as well, since it does relate to children and he does have a minor child? I think that would be beneficial for him as well.
Mm-hmm. Weekend Accountable Choices is ordered. I'll see you back here on October 20th at 10 o'clock a.m. sir.
So what all do I have to do?
I just told you, if you have any questions, contact the probation department. So I see how well you listen to what I'm saying when I just gave you everything that you need to do.
It takes me a second to comprehend everything. I mentioned that earlier. I had 4 brain bleeds.
You need to write down the probation phone number right now, and they will go over your contract with you, sir.
I'm ready.
734 483-7336. Call them tomorrow after 9:00 a.m. and they'll go over the contract with you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that was frustrating. I wish I had a happy clip. Oh my! I don't know why my hair is poofing out over there. I don't know why that's happening. I'm having bad hair day issues. That was absolutely infuriating. I get accused of leaning for the guys all the time, which I probably do just because they get abused. But this guy needed a hell of a lot more than he got. He just irritated the hell out of me in every way. He was full of crap. He was lying about everything. It was obvious he was doing that. This whole wussy, I want to withdraw my plea. If I was sitting on the bench, I probably would have let him withdraw his plea just so I could whack him, because it's going back to a bench trial in front of her, and she's already heard the testimony. Fine, withdraw your plea. Then I'm going to ring you up on a bigger charge, and I'm going to sentence the shit out of you. That's what I'm going to do. Let's go. There's nothing redeeming about this guy. He's bad news, period. End of statement. I've seen enough. I mean, I have everybody cranky because I'm defending the soft sit who's accused of SA from earlier today, but I stand behind that. But this guy, I've seen enough. I've seen enough out of his mouth. First of all, he pled guilty. It was a plea. And this BS I didn't understand. You don't plea mid-trial and then say I didn't understand, and then you got a reduction from what you were going to get rung up for. Bullshit. So that's nonsense. But he entered a plea, so we're not talking about is he guilty? He's guilty. He entered a plea. We're past that. So now we're to a different phase of what we should do about it. I don't know why the prosecutor offered that. They were at the trial. They could see it was going well for them. But they did. They may have the reasons. That's fine. The only thing that gives me some sense of justice here is that he is on probation a long time. The guy is dumber than a stump. He will screw up. He's showing up. He's violating. He got caught with alcohol. He's getting caught with marijuana, and that's enough. Just one of those. You can just revoke his probation, throw him in jail. Which is where this guy needs to go. As he talked, I could just tell how just incredibly stupid he was. And guilty. First, you pled guilty to it. Second, you supplied us with a bunch of extra knowledge of it out of your own mouth. You did it. And then you're trying to say all this other stuff. He's despicable. He doesn't have the biggest charge in the world, but I'd like to see him hit with whatever they can for what he's charged with. He offends my sensibilities. So there you have it. I do wish I had that was a really fun stream. The last one, that last bit, that was also from Brecken. Also, a thank you to La Nerds Unite. Zach got it over to me, and Brecken was working on it. That was a great clip, but yeah, I did want just like a good, big dummy like Karen getting into it with the Chisnator. Low stakes, high fun. Pellet cleanser for the end of this stream. That's what it really needed. But I didn't have it. Thank you for everybody for all the help. That one just kept going. This is a stream. I kind of knew that there was stuff in the works, but I only had this stream started. I had 17 minutes of material, and I knew other stuff was coming. It kept rolling in, and it was all good. It was all top notch. Top notch. Law Talk with Mike material. Although seriously, if you haven't seen it, you got you gotta see the stream from this morning. Oh, it breaks my heart. I had to take I had to edit it, which takes the comments out. It was so cringe. It was so cringe. The chat knew how to handle it, though. They did. Also very interesting. That case was kind of fun because it was hilarious just in the salacious nature of it, It was funny. Yeah, I know I got a whole bunch of people. Oh no, crime's not. Yeah, crime's funny. I don't know what to tell you. Do I recommend it? No, but like the way this went down in court was undeniably funny. I don't care who you are, it's funny. Is someone being a victim of a crime funny? No. Was the testimony in this case funny? Yes, it was hilarious. It just was, and that was funny in that sense, and also very interesting in a legal sense. This one was also very interesting, but not funny at all. This one was just ugly. I just wanted more punishment than he got. But you get what you get. Whatever. 18 months of probation that I'm confident he'll screw up. I think he'll end up in jail and with more trouble before this is over. He's a bad guy. Plain and simple. He's a bad guy. He's an evil actor. I've seen it. I've seen enough. All right. Thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon.